Via the Cowherd Global Satellite Network to Vegas. RJ Bell, pregame.com, the exclusive odds provider of the Associated Press. All right, how do you expect NFL betting to be handled by the city of Vegas once the Raiders are there, RJ?
You know, Colin, in any city in which there's an industry and there's a lot of rumors, I talked to the one guy behind the scenes I respect the most. He says he does not expect any limitation, no restriction, bet the NFL like crazy, no restriction. What I found most interesting is they agreed with the Raiders coming to Las Vegas without that issue being addressed.
That's right.
So where's the leverage at? Let's just say a year from now or, 6 months before the season starts, the NFL says, actually, we prefer Nevada not to take action on the Raiders or action on whatever. What leverage does the NFL have at that point? In a way, them acquiescing now, I think, is the NFL saying, we're going to act like maybe later we don't want it, but at the time when we have leverage, we're not even going to bring it up. I very much expect no restrictions.
I've defended Vegas for years because I don't think the problems are in Vegas. If you look at gambling issues, it's been in Toledo and Tempe and Chicago and Boston and Hoboken. So does legalized betting in an NFL city, to you, increase the chances of fixing? Because some people think that.
Oh, my. This is, we've been doing segments for years. I'm all about nuance. This is one I'm going to literally pound my fist and say the following. The more legalization you have, the more regulation you have, the more monitoring you have, the less game corruption. It's not even close. Let's look at the stock market, right? So pre-Great Depression, pre-1932, there was really not much oversight. The stock market was so corrupt. After the Great Depression started, the Great Crash, they started the SEC. Not the SEC we might be thinking of, but the Securities and Exchange Commission. And at that point, everyone's being watched. And you know what happens? There's less corruption. There's still going to be some. But imagine there's a bar or Mardi Gras or something where there's no police. All right. Well, how much trouble do you think there's going to be? Now imagine there is police. With legalization, that allows the police, the authorities, to watch the action. Now, some might say, well, there would be no betting if it wasn't legalized. Come on, we know that's not true. If there's going to be betting anyway, and we know there is, then it being regulated decreases the chance of any type of game fixing.
Okay, I want to go to the hypocrisy of the NFL, and I think I think like a lot of things in America, I take pot. I'm very comfortable with pot because I grew up around it. My parents weren't stoners, but I grew up around a lot of people that were. If I grew up around really conservative parents, I maybe not be comfortable with pot. Do you think the NFL's been hypocritical with Vegas and gambling?
Oh, Colin, I agree. I got to be honest. I probably agree with you more than 90% of people. I listen all the time. I'm agreeing a bunch. You are so wrong on this one. Let me give you one example. I agree with you. Let's allow society, let's allow institutions to evolve. No doubt about it. The following rules were on the books last week for the NFL. If you're an NFL official, meaning a referee on the field, throw the flag type, you could not step foot in the city of Las Vegas during the NFL season. If you wanted to step foot in Las Vegas in the offseason, you had to submit a request, a notification with the league. Now think about that. 55-year-old men in May wants to come to Vegas for a wedding, a bachelor party, and they had to tell their daddy, the boss, that they're going to come to Las Vegas. Are you telling me that they weren't demonizing Las Vegas? And I don't blame the NFL because they got to benefit from all of the money, the residual, as you always identify. They know the fantasy and gambling for many decades has helped their money, has helped their revenue, the interest in their games, no doubt. But they were able to be sanctimonious and still make that money. And it's only now that there's more money to be made by accepting it that they do. I don't blame them, but unequivocally hypocritical.